Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are checking out a deck that I like to call Tough Crime. We've basically got a card in Marvel that came out that supports toughness, and I didn't realize that like so many recent sets are supporting toughness matters so well. So we put together a deck with that in mind. So we've got our main card is Kingpin of Crime. This is a legendary human villain for one, a white and a black that has extort, which allows us to pay an extra mana whenever we play a white or a black spell to make opponents lose one life, gain one life. And then it also says whenever you attack, you can pay 2 life. If you do, until end of turn, you control creatures you control with toughness greater than their power, assign combat damage to their toughness rather than their power. So we're trying to play a lot of creatures with higher toughness than power, and we have a lot of effects similar to this. So we've got Dorran Besieged by Time, which increases power and toughness by the amount difference between their power and toughness. Usually it's a pretty big difference. We also have Bedrock Tortoise, which gives creatures hexproof during our turn, and each creature assigns toughness as their combat damage, as long as it's higher. And we also have, I think that's all of them actually, but we have a lot of other toughness matters things. So first off, let's go to the creatures. So we've got Armored Armadillo, a 0/4 for 1 mana, very valuable in our deck. Basically becomes a 4/4. We've also got 4 copies of Market Gnome, which gives us card draw whenever it dies. And yeah, it's a 0/3, not quite as powerful as Armored Armadillo, but the extra value of drawing cards off of it is pretty solid. We also have 7 mana dorks that are 0/4s. We've got 3 Great Forest Druids and 4 Overgrown Zealots. Main reason we're doing Overgrown Zealot over the other one is because we do have actually one face card we can turn face up, so this is actually sometimes useful. We've also got Delny Streetwise Lookout. First of all, this gives a lot of our creatures unblockable as long as we don't have the Dorran Besieged by Time on the field. It also doubles up on the triggers of our creatures that are small like that. So for example, Dorran trigger is doubled. We've also got Enduring Innocence trigger is doubled. And Essence of Antiquity would be doubled. I don't think that does anything, but yeah, this is another creature that we have, Essence of Antiquity, mainly to protect our board a bit, but it's also a surprise 10/10 if our toughness and power matters, so that's not bad. And then we also have one last creature, Beitor. Beitor basically lets us draw cards as long as we have toughness 10 or greater, 20 or greater. It untaps each creature on our end step, and then 40 or greater, it makes opponents lose half their life, rounded up. Usually it's mostly here for the card draw, but you never know what might happen. We also have a few supporting pieces in Captain America Shield. I wasn't super sure I wanted to play a ton of this card. It seems very solid because of the +0, +8 in this deck, but I don't want to run too many of it to get blocked or anything like that. And then we also have some extra removal. So we have Expel the Interlopers. We choose a number between 0 and 10. We destroy all creatures with greater than or equal to the chosen number. So usually we'll choose 1 or 2 depending, because a lot of our guys have 0 power. So basically that gives us a one-sided board wipe. We also have a fairly one-sided board wipe potentially in 0 Point Ballad. It's based on toughness X or less, so our guys have a lot of toughness, so usually we can, this is for wiping the board of mana dorks like Llanowar Elves or Badgermole Cubs, that kind of thing. And yeah, and then we have one more card that's another support piece in case we're playing against control or something that destroys a lot of our dudes. We have Smile at Death. So this card is an enchantment for 5 mana, and it says at the beginning of your upkeep, return up to 2 target creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield and put a 1/1 counter on it. So all of our guys have 2 or less except for Beitor, I believe. So yeah, that can get 2 of any of our creatures back from the graveyard. Our mana base is pretty basic. I might make some changes to it as we go. I'm not sure if I'm 100% happy with this, but I think it's decent. And yeah, let's see how this goes on the ladder. Okay, we have 0 payoffs, all the ramp. I think we mull. I think we count on drawing a black land here, I guess. Or sorry, some green land. That is not green land. I'm in danger. This 4-color control? Okay, no. I was gonna say, back-to-back control would be pretty brutal, I'm not gonna lie. That is also not a green land. You know, most of my lands in this deck do tap for green, because it's such a necessary color in my deck. And I'm drawing everything else for some reason. I guess my deck hates me. Okay, so this is just the Death Thrower Enemies Burn deck, so they're going to be going straight face with this. Luckily, we got rid of the Black Mage's Rod token. We're not taking, like, too much damage right now. But odds are, by the time that Death Thrower Enemies is ready to trigger, we will be low enough for it to just take us out. Oh god. Besieged the Mirror is scary. Okay. Double Besieged the Mirror. Is this a combo? I guess. Maybe they can just loop the Beseech the Mirrors over and over again to get the Death Thrower enemies trigger. I have no idea why they hit themselves. Maybe they're just like really confident. Oh, wait, that's actually sick. That is super sick, because Death Thrower enemies lets you divide the damage as much as you want. I want to see that deck list. Let me look at the battlefield. With Besiege the Mirror combined with 2 Death Thrower enemies tokens, so you can sack the artifacts. And then you loop it until you can do Hiritsugu's second right. That's so cool. I'm gonna look into that for potentially a deck in the future. Okay, well, we have our green lands, and Great Forest Druid can tap for a black for Kingpin, so I don't see any downside to that. Although I'd probably play Innocence first, honestly. Because the card draw is, I feel like, really what we've been missing so far in these games. Alright, you gotta hit him with the 0 for sure. Remember, that's the key to this deck, is if you gotta hit him for 0 if there's nothing else going on. Alright, we're dealing with the regular graveyard deck. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. See if we can take him out before then. Did they forget to get their guy? Or did they just not want to? Oh, really? Okay. I'd really like a black land, but I guess it's not in the cards today. Hit him for 0, always. Never forget that part. Also, this Expel the Interlopers will be decent. we'll see what they do. Okay. Okay. Just weird plan, to be honest. In my personal opinion. I think we're just gonna do this. We're still not dead, honestly, so might as well just make some blockers, draw some cards. We really need to hit another land, otherwise we're gonna be dead. So, land, please. We can still block another turn too, so we're not dead yet. Ideally, we draw a land. That would be great. Okay, we're gonna do this because if we draw a land, we can play the Zealot as well. There we go. And we finally hit black too. Thank goodness. Alright, we drew a lot of cards. We should be down to 1 here. And then back up, I guess, 2. Okay. So there's no shot we have a lethal, so we're just gonna choose 0. The main reason being because if they play another one, I want to get my guys. Maybe that was silly, but I think that's kind of the play for now. Alright, next turn we're gonna do Dorran into I think Kingpin. Or we could do Armadillo, or I guess Gnome, plus Great Forest, so we have a board presence. If we can get one of the ones that assigns toughness rather than power, we're going to be a problem for sure. We're definitely going to block. So I know they have the guy again, but they don't have the win con in their graveyard right now, so we're looking okay. Actually, their graveyard's looking kind of shabby right now, too. But yeah, if they don't wipe my board this turn, I think I win with Kingpin. And plus Dorran. Like, it's a pretty brutal swing. If they don't remove anything. Okay. Go ahead and play Kingpin. Draw some cards. All that jazz. Okay. Play this. I think I will play the tortoise here. Because this will protect my board. You know what? I will extort. I need the life. Okay, I think they're just dead then. So, we swing in. They're all going to get massive. And I don't need to pay the 2 life this turn, so that is lethal, I think. No, wait, math is hard. Math is hard, but They're very low. And we still come back pretty hard board state-wise. Assuming they don't do anything. I can still make a comeback because I'm drawing so many cards right now. I mean, they have some decent amount of cards in the graveyard, but we also have a lot of good cards in the graveyard. And we're drawing off of them. And we can play another Dorran and swing in for big beats. Oh my god. That's pretty good. Alright, now they have the stuff in their graveyard that they want. So if they can do that again, we're in some danger. Okay. I mean, they've got a lot of blockers. This is the problem. I gotta make sure I'm as lethal as I can possibly be. That's the goal here. Obviously, we'll start with Dorran, Kingpin. I love this card, but I don't think I have time to cast it. Start with Dorran. We're definitely going to Kingpin. Actually, I'm probably just going to Bedrock. I think Bedrock is stronger. Yeah, let's do Bedrock. Each of these guys should get gigantic. They don't have to block a ton, unfortunately, and they still have 2 flyers, though. I think is where we're going to die. Because I didn't draw any more removal, unfortunately. Even with all that. No. Jeez. I guess the other option there would be to play like a Delny. Maybe I should have not held off on Dorran and tried for like a Delny unblockable situation. Yeah, I think I could have won if I had done Delny and not Dorran. So I don't know. Maybe I played that wrong. But, oh well. GG's. Alright, this is actually like a pretty perfect hand for me. Turn 1 play, turn 2 play, turn 3 play, even if the turn 2 play gets removed. I'm not complaining about this at all. Here's Tiny Bones. Okay, I think we're gonna go more for the Bleach Bone because of Tiny Bones. Okay, skeletons it looks like. I think they're gonna regret that swing a bit. Alright, I think I play Kingpin over Bedrock. Mainly because I can swing with both. Next turn I can do Bedrock and then get the Hexproof as well. Yeah, you don't have the mana for that, my friend. We are currently winning this race. And now we actually have a decent blocker, too. So. Oh, it's got menace. Do they want to grab my Kingpin? I think I do block that. Since I have the backup, you know. Oh, yep. That's GG's, I think. Unless they have a land there. Nope. GG's. Alright, this is not bad. We can try out the Captain America shield this game, see if it goes well. Alright, if this is the control deck I think it is, I don't think this is going to be a good matchup for us. Oh, no, it's artifacts. Okay. We don't have artifact removal. So I guess that is a bad thing. Because I think they win the value engine pile, unfortunately. But I think I still do the Enduring Innocence, because I think the card draw is worthwhile. Well, they got a lot of relics, that's for sure. They're drawing their whole deck. Play Bedrock? And then, honestly, if I put the shield on Enduring Innocence with Bedrock on the field, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, Star Cage gets rid of shield and that. Okay, I mean, could have been worse. They had a lot of card draw, unfortunately. But we've still got a pretty good clock coming here. Alright, I think we play Baitor. Because it gives us card draw and a big beater in the sky, which I think might matter. Ooh, especially with Dorran. Ooh. Scary. I think they have to spend removal on Baitor. Yeah, it has to be United Battlefront, actually. Weirdly specifically. But that does not do it. GG's. Okay. Not a bad hand. We'd like more lands, but I think we can make this work. And we definitely do Zealot over... Not a big difference, but still a difference. And this way, next turn I can play... Ah, nice. Play. Little combo. Definitely play Dorran here. Next turn, we can go a little nutty with the Captain America shield if nothing changes. Okay, well, something changed, unfortunately for us. But I guess we can play Baitor and hope that's a good enough blocker for now. Yeah, I think that's the move. Also drawing us some cards, you know, that kind of thing. I just gotta hope they don't have removal. Really? Oh my god. That's brutal. I don't have any other big tall guys, so. And I guess we just start playing guys out, right? Does help me survive an extra turn, so might as well. Don't need more zealots. The next turn I can do a big Captain America shield. I don't think it's big enough. Pretty sure at this point I need a board wipe. Got 3 in the deck. So we got pretty good odds to draw it. Not like great odds. Odds. Okay. Well, that was not the odds we were looking for. I think we extort. We go ahead and stick this on one of our guys. And then we swing. Pay 2 life. Get him down to 12. If it weren't for all that life gain, I think we would have had him there. GG. Okay. This is not bad. Rough if we're against control, but otherwise we're doing okay. Allies. Interesting. We're definitely gonna want to ramp pretty quick. And all the board wipes are gonna be really clutch. Plus we're gonna ramp. High heavens here. Yeah. You actually have combat tricks? Oh. Okay. We're gonna ramp. A bunch of big tough fellas. And in next turn I might just board wipe, frankly. Depends on what they play though. I think I'll just board wipe. So toughness X or less. So I need to pay 3. And I guess I can disguise this guy. Oh. Well, I guess we got there. All it took was one board wipe. Okay. Not a lot of early plays, but we got the removal and Captain America shield, so we can see if that works out. I think our high toughness is going to help a lot if this is just mono red, so that would be cool. Alright. We definitely play Mr. Kingpin here. I think this is just the burn deck, unfortunately for us. So we might need to extort. What? Okay. Terrifying. Over's on the way too. Okay. I mean, I think I do. Like, I gotta present lethal, right? I can't just sit around and twiddle my thumbs. Worst case, I was gonna say I can extort the erode to gain one more life, but like, I feel like mono red's a pretty good matchup. Very nice. Okay, I mean, we got the removal for days, and that's pretty much all we're doing this game, so. Main reason I didn't do erode is because, hold up for next turn. Okay. Decent card into us, but not. We'll start with that. Next turn we can do. I'm probably just gonna do the disguise creature. Ooh, a page deck. Exciting. Probably gonna get rid of this. Because if that's their game plan, I don't know if I want it on the field. I am giving them red mana by doing it. I think that's worth it? Probably. Okay, now that we drew the tortoise, I am gonna play. Otherwise, I would have done it. Okay, they're ramping. Terrifying. I gotta be honest, I'm loving the spice receipt. Alright, I think I actually go ahead and play Enduring. I think we need the card draw at this point so we can hit our land drops. But I really don't know what this page deck is about. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think I've really seen that card. Definitely an artifact style deck, but I don't know what the win con is. I kind of want them to win so I can know what they're doing, you know? But I also don't want to lose, so like, it's kind of a weird combo. Or, oh my god. Infinite mana basically at this point. And we have 4. So, all right. I mean, I guess we'll play this. See what we draw. If we hit a land, we can do the disguise. Nice. Hit in for 2. I still don't know what I'm dealing with. I'm sure they will show it off soon or find it at the very least, you know? Oh, it's 4 colors. Ace. Okay. Everything they've played so far is colorless, though. I don't know what the colors are for. What are you playing? I don't understand. Alright. Well, we are going to go ahead and do the tortoise for sure. Threaten damage. Plus little card draw. They can get rid of either the face down card or Enduringness. Land. I think we just swing in for 10 or 12, I guess. Because I'm expecting them to have a board wipe here. So I don't want to overcommit. Even if it would be fun. Wish I had more mana to save for the face down card here. But I do not. I mean, if they don't find a way out of this, they are in trouble. I think they need to go ahead and do either the Fate Scrolls or like Hedron Archive if they don't have a board wipe. Or I guess at least a way to remove Tortoise and stop like 2 more or 1 more damage. Okay. Makes sense. We're not lethal anymore. I think they gained some life somewhere in there. Oh yeah, the Maze Mind Tome. Duh. Okay. And we still got a 2-turn clock here, so not feeling too bad. Okay. You know, I should have played. Well, no. Well, yeah, I should have played Innocence first, but okay. And I still have enough mana to flip this guy because of the Zealots. This is just to get an extra card draw. I still got the protection here of my face down guard. Okay, Dorran's a great draw. Wouldn't have gotten him in time anyway. Can't even talk right now. My goodness. Okay. What are you looking for? You got a board wipe. I still don't understand. Okay. This makes a lot more sense. Yeah. We'll get our enduring guys back. Dorran's gonna draw us 2 cards, which is cool. And we're just gonna have to basically produce lethal multiple times in a row. Okay. Nice. Okay, so together as one, colorless control, kinda? Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Well, go ahead and play Dorran. Draw a couple cards. We probably hold on to our guys. I mean, we can present lethal with this guy, but is that worth it? I think I'd rather have the card draw, honestly. Like, if I don't draw anything this turn, I'm going to need the card draw, so. The plan is going to be to play for the card draw. Okay. I mean, no point in blocking that, honestly. So, I'm glad it ate a removal spell that could hit me in the face. Ooh, that's a problem. Thought I even erode. I guess I should have expected that with the colorless control situation, so. Go ahead and get rid of it. Did we already play an erode? I think we did. Okay. Good to know. That's our last good answer, unfortunately. Okay. Well, hopefully we can get enough of a board state to survive a little bit, but we'll see what happens. Okay. Problem is Poo-Poo is going to be a challenge to remove, that's for sure. Oh, split up is brutal. Okay, I gotta be honest. This is a cool control deck. I'm a little tired of seeing control on standard right now, but like, they're doing it in a very unique, cool way, and so I can appreciate it. Like, I don't see any counter spells. They're just running colorless cards, basically. Very fun. And I appreciate them. A lot of cards. God. They're like going through their deck. They're gonna run out of things in their deck, honestly, at this rate. Yep. Figured Ugin was coming back. I think they have this scam. I'm gonna still play it out, just in case, like, they mill themselves or something, but... Okay. I see what they're doing with Page now. It synergizes with Ugin. They can find... I guess the only instant and sorceries they have are board wipes or together as one. So it's always going to hit pretty well. Alright, Poo-Poo's fighting the good fight with the Everflame. I guess if we get enough life gain, they may never be able to win, but... I don't know, I don't think that's likely. To be honest. I mean, I'm probably just going to play this. Do it for 0. Just because I'm getting beaten up. So, might as well wipe the board state. I got nothing better to do. They also have fountain port tokens, though, so it's not like I'm really gonna get there and get them. They got more creatures too, so. Gotta be honest, I'm seeing some spice today and I'm enjoying it. Even if I am losing more than I'm winning, I'm having a blast. Ah, okay. So they're gonna use those to make. Interesting. 3 threes. That will speed up the clock. But we got an armadillo. What are you gonna do about that? He's got Ward 1. Now you have to spend a whole extra mana removing him. Unless you wipe the board. But realistically, I was gonna say they just play whatever they feel like. And I activate it for power. Look how powerful my armadillo is. He's so big. So armadillo. And yeah, I'm assuming the Huguenot will just murder my face. But could be wrong. They might have other ways of taking me out. Like a bunch of... Or really they only need one together as one at this point, so... Unless we draw Delny. Yes. We gotta give him some sauce. Finish me. And it together as one? No? You're gonna let me play my gnome first? My gnome? Alright. Well, it is still GG's. But at least we got to play a gnome. Jeez. Alright, welcome back. That went decently well. I think we definitely had more losses than wins. If I'm counting correctly, we had 5 losses and 4 wins. So not a bad win-loss ratio. I think we did have some tough matchups, a couple tough draws. I did throw in the graveyard game as well, so I think we could have turned that around if I was any good at this game. But either way, I think the Kingpin of Crime is a good deck. I think it could use a little bit of tweaking still, perhaps, but honestly, it's not bad. It keeps up pretty well with the format and does really well into certain matchups. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like this, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.